Hello, Bilishkavava here, and I'm back with another MTG video, and we're talking about more Double Masters previews. So, since last time, there's been a lot of new previews that's been released, and it's looking pretty good. So the set is looking pretty powerful, especially if you're into the VIP editions, if you're thinking you want the box toppers, it's looking pretty good. And we're just going to go through a couple of them here. You see some rares here that come down a little bit disappointing, like Ionic Storm, a $1 rare. There's a couple of $1 rares up here, but there are also a lot of value down here. We have Land Tax here that's looking very good as a mythic. We have other rares that are kind of like $3 rare, 95-cent rare. So there's a lot of jank or bulk rares, but there's also a lot of rares like Chrome Mox here is currently $157 for the box topper, and that in foil for $157, that's going to be a lot. Force of Will has been spoiled, so Force of Will, always a great card to have. There's this Force of Will, and there's also, if you just scroll down, also here you have Sword of Fire and Ice that's already been revealed, so one of the better swords. So maybe the whole sword cycle's in there. Ensnaring Bridge is up there as well. But if you just scroll down, here we do have Geist of Saint Traft. This is probably the Tree of Redemption kind of level mythic, a $2 mythic. That's going to really hurt you. But if you just scroll down to the bottom, let's just scroll down to the box topper. And there you have a gorgeous Force of Will, which is currently $495. A gorgeous Force of Will box topper. We also have the Mox Opal box topper. We have Sword of Fire and Ice. I think the Sword of Fire and Ice box topper looks amazing. It kind of looks like something from Dark Souls. Looks unbelievably cool. Sword of War and Peace. So, if you're a fan of the game and you want cards to play and you want cards to be cheaper, this set is hitting some big cards and it's going to drive their prices down. So that's a positive. If you're first and foremost a player and you want cheaper cards to build decks for Commander, decks for Modern, maybe some decks for Vintage, Legacy, some cards here do see play in those formats, then this set is exactly what you want. You want cards that will be reprinted. It will bring the prices down. Wizards seems to be hitting a lot of expensive cards, which is good. If you're an investor, then in single cards, then, look, even Walking Ballista here is a $15 card. That's being hit from Aether Revolt. If you're a huge fan of investing in cards and hoarding them, then you're probably not as happy with this set. But that's the risk you take. This game, first and foremost, it's a game to be played. And then it's a collecting. But the set does seem really good currently. There seems to be a lot of high reprint cards, high value card reprints. The box toppers look amazing. Now, will the VIP edition be worth it? Currently, it's looking like it might be worth it, since even some of these cards that I thought were the cheaper cards, if we scroll down here, like the Tron lands, the Tron lands here seem to be going now for $42, $44, if you just check here. So it does seem like Wizards is, I still think a card like Meddling Mage is going to be hard to keep $100 price. Like this has to be a mistake. I think Meddling Mage will go down. Crop Rotation is at $40. I was thinking it was going to hit around 30. Still think it's going to hit 30. Except I think Crop Rotation's what's helping it out is the art. The art from Crop Rotation is amazing. But, this is what Wizards of the Coast is doing. They're going to jack up the price to a $100 pack. But if they put these cards in there and these cards go for a lot of money, then people will buy it. And Tron players will have to buy 4 of each if they want to deck out all their, bling out all their deck. And it does raise the question, has Wizards now found a new way to make more money? And the answer seems to be yes. It's not that they're just printing expensive cards and making them more expensive. They're actually printing cheap cards and making them more expensive with art. So a card like Crop Rotation, Expedition Map, the Tron Lands, these are all cheap cards, which now you have a version that will cost $40, and Wizard is now extracting value out of art. So they're just getting the same card, decking it out, putting new art on it, and extracting value that way. So now it almost seems like Wizards has now found two ways to extract money. One way, it can be with a card like Force of Will, which is a card that will always be expensive, a card that sees a lot of play. Or Jace the Mind Sculptor, a card that sees a lot of play and will be expensive. But now they can also extract money from cheaper cards like Council's Judgment, Crop Rotation, the Tron Lands, Expedition Map, Meddling Mage. They can extract value from those cards by just changing the art, altering the art, foiling them up, putting them in a VIP edition, and that way they're actually extracting value from cheap cards. So it does beg the question, is Wizards reprinting cards to make expensive cards cheaper, or are they reprinting cards to make cheap cards expensive? So there is that duopoly of, even though this set will bring down prices from expensive cards, which is what players want, expensive cards get cheaper, you can build more decks, you can have more fun with that way, but at the same time, they are finding ways to make cheap cards more expensive, which with higher different variants. I would actually want to ask the community, post down in the comment sections, what do you think about this? Are you okay with cards that were traditionally, let's say, $2 cards or $5 cards, and now suddenly there's a high-end variant that's $100 or $40 or $50? Are you okay with Wizards going that way? Or would you rather this be more, there is one version of the card and we're just going to reprint it and bring that price down and that's it? Because this seems like with VIP editions and double masters, with these box toppers, these high-end variants, this seems to be a way that Wizards is going, where they're going to get cards and actually get cheap cards and make variants which make them a lot more expensive. So that's what I want to say. It's pretty just a quick video just to say that the set is looking pretty good. There are some very expensive cards in here. Noble Hierarch, expensive rares, good uncommons. There's some good uncommons here. There are some great mythics. The box toppers look good. So, Cyclonic Rift. So that's about it. Post down in the comment sections what you think right now of Double Masters. I know it's an expensive set, but are they packing enough value in it to make you want to buy it? And of course, watch out for that Geist of Saint Traft, because that's going to be the Tree of Redemption of this set. So that's about it. Bilish Kavava, out.